No one wants to hire people that get out of jail. Like, I got lucky because my boss, he was willing to give me a chance because I'm young, dude. But if you're like 40 years old, fucking all tatted up, trying to get out of jail, oh, what's up, let me get a job, huh? Nah, it don't work like that, man.
Nathan, you ready to roll? Let's go. Go here. I'm away from my comment.
Hello, lady. Billy Joe. How goes it, Billy Joe? Man. Oh. Been a minute.
Been a minute.
Been a minute.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Great. How are you doing?
Pretty good.
Good. Got a haircut?
Yeah, haircut.
Yeah.
No more long hair.
For now.
For now.
For now.
Yeah, I'm going it out again.
Yeah. You know, we get stuck holding on to these limiting beliefs that we have, which then puts people in a certain box. A lot of times the label comes first. So it's incarcerated youth. And our big thing is we have to change the narrative and we have to put the people first. So it's youth that are incarcerated, right? It's always the person first before the label. And so we're really about like opening up the box and not putting any sort of label on anyone.
So my name is Nathan Angelo Contreras. I'm 20 years old from Santa Maria, California. A little bit about myself. I have three sisters, one brother, 2 dogs, a goldfish named Georgie, and yeah, I have a mom, a dad, and yeah. Man, I almost forgot. I have a 13-month-old son too, named Isaiah. Cutest little man ever.
So talk to us about little Nathan, that 12-year-old boy.
Around 12 years old, I started getting into trouble. I started hanging out with gang members, and eventually, when I was 15, I actually became a gang member myself. I spent a lot of time in juvenile hall. I made a lot of bad decisions. I went to boys camp until I met you, and when I went from juvenile probation to adult probation, I started doing good and stuff. Ever since I had my son, I was doing good. And it's hard, man, being fucking 19 years old. My bad, I cussed. It's hard. Okay. It's hard being 19 years old and having a little baby son, but you know, man, it's so cool. Like, I wouldn't trade it for anything. Like, it's like being a father, definitely the best thing that's ever happened to me.
Most of the people that are incarcerated here don't believe that they deserve any better. They've messed up their whole lives. They don't deserve to be happy. They don't deserve to have a good life. They don't even know what steps to take to get there. Okay, so my name is Deirdre Smith. I'm the Inmate Services Manager at Santa Barbara County Jail. If we look at the whole picture and the holistic view of our inmates and about trauma and how does that affect the decisions that people make and the way people feel about themselves and are they worth anything else? And so many of these people here never had a chance, or their parents abused them, and the people that were supposed to protect them hurt them more than anybody in the whole entire world could have possibly hurt
99.
them.
Yeah, it feels good out here.
It's nice, huh?
Yeah.
A little fresh air.
Yeah. It's my first time here.
Oh, it's your first time?
Yeah, they brought me from the juvenile hall.
Oh, okay.
No, I was institutionalized like my whole life, so
okay.
I didn't really get to go to high school.
Yeah, well, we'll make this your last time here.
Yeah, hopefully, huh?
No, hopefully you will. You're young.
I know, I just turned 18.
You got a lot of years. Get back to school, a lot of opportunities. Coming around. Move to the right.
To the right?
If I just take a woman and I give her all of the treatment that we have here, and she goes right back to a traumatic home environment or bad relationship or whatever it was, she's gonna come right back here. So I have to teach her how she can get past that trauma and survive that and move on so that she can get past the substance abuse and the abusive relationships and all of those things, and so that she can feel worthy of being happy and successful.
Hey, Billy Joe. How you doing, ma'am?
Good, how are you?
Good. Just making it through it.
Yes, so good to see you.
Christian Gonzalez. Nice to meet you. Oh, hello. My name's Christian. Nice to meet you, man.
I'm Christina.
Nice to meet you. All right, nice to meet you, Christian.
When you get a juvenile that comes into the juvenile justice system at age 12, you already know that that child has probably had 12 years of trauma.
I'm considered a grown-up now. 2 months ago, I was a juvenile, and now I'm considered a grown-up. I knew one day I was gonna be here. I knew one day I was gonna end up in prison. There's only like 3 paths that I had to pick from, you know, and
What are those paths?
you know, it's either like I'm gonna be a drug addict, I'm gonna die, or I'm just gonna be locked up in prison. Like growing up with my mom and stuff, like a bumpy road, you know. She was a good mother, don't get me wrong, you know, she just was going through a lot of pain. So I had to grow up to be like an adult in a way, take care of my brothers and sisters at 10 years old. Like as time passed, I saw my mom get arrested and then I got taken away, which I went into the foster unit. But my whole life I just thought, you know, oh, I just miss my mom, but it was really trauma, you know, because I saw my mom get arrested and it wasn't like a regular an arrest. It was like a, you know, like pull, like a resist. And I saw my mom go away and I was attached to her. And once that happened, I was just, you know, trying to find her everywhere I could, but I was finding her the wrong way because she got locked up, and then I was like, oh, she's probably there, you know, but I was a juvenile. And I got locked up at 12, and then I was just institutionalized my whole life, and in and out, drugs, and then participating in the lifestyle that I'm in, you know.
I was always going back and forth from boys camp to juvenile hall for fighting. I think if we had like more community, like program, like Freedom for Youth, if we had more communities like that back when I was young, I feel like it would have made a difference. I feel like I would have done better. But you know, I can't blame my actions on any other person because I'm the one, you know, I'm the one who did this. I'm the reason why I'm sitting here right now. You know what I'm saying, Billy Joe?
What I know about people that are going to the boys camp is that they're incredible leaders and they have all these amazing talents and gifts that maybe didn't fit the norm of their school experience. We meet them where they're at, wherever that is. And so if they are participating in some gang activity, we acknowledge that some of that is probably because they want to belong.
But you know, sometimes you just feel like there's something missing, you know? And I think that I searched for that with my friends, that I found that love within like a group of friends. And that's how I got raveled into it.
So we take the good parts, right? And we're like, hey, you've got these great leadership abilities because maybe you're in a gang, and maybe we can take those leadership abilities and apply them into a different part of your life. Flipping all these bias and all these conceptions that we have about people and their dysfunctional behavior.
Yeah, but like the older kids, the ones that are actually getting into trouble out there, running the streets, running around with guns, like there's like no safe haven for them, except for juvenile hall and boys camp. That's like the safest place as you could get. It's not good.
Growing up, it was really like, you know, how am I gonna survive today? You know, how am I gonna eat? Where am I gonna sleep? You know, am I gonna survive these streets? Yes, right now I'm locked up, obviously, you know, but I have a plan, you know. Well, my main goal was, all right, I'm gonna graduate high school, and I knew I was gonna go to county, because once you turn 18, they're gonna send you straight to county. I got here and I was nervous. I was like, damn, I've never been here before. But the first thing I thought was like, oh, you know, there's classes here, you know, because I knew that, all right, there's classes here. Maybe I could do something to keep my mind out of the negative and work on my GED so I could get milestones too, you know? I was really focused on graduating, and I knew I deserved it because I worked hard. I worked really hard to get there. And when I got there, I was like, damn, you know, I've accomplished something. And the staff, you know, probation, they acknowledged it and they put it out there like, this kid right here worked his butt off to get here, you know, like, he's gonna get this graduation. Like, I had all my family there. Like, it was the best thing ever. Like, it was better than anything that's ever happened to me. Like, I felt like I was the man. I was like, yeah, like, I graduated, you know, like, I ain't gotta worry about that. I was like, but right away I thought, so what's next, you know? That's what's next. I'm gonna graduate college, so, you know.
growing up is like, well, I can never be a lawyer. Never known a brown person, let alone someone in my family or someone that I know is a lawyer. At one time, I was the highest paid ward in the state of California, making $2.50, and I ended up saving $5,000 in cash. And I was afraid that they were gonna take that money away from me, so I started sending them in quarters to my mom and telling her, like, here, like, just remember this, that I have this money that when I come home. I did anything, like when it was like to picking up trash to welding. Like I did anything, like at a construction job that I had while incarcerated, because I knew that I would need funds outside. I was 15 when I went in, and I was 19 when I came home, going on to 20 because my birthday. Getting a job was really hard. I've always been transparent about my past involvement with the criminal legal system, because I think that defines who I am today. As I go through law school and still having to explain myself of like what I did in my past does not define how I could be an attorney. For some law school applications, a person will not look at me as their equal, but I'll work my way up to have them look at me as their equal. Being an attorney, it's something that I've always dreamed of, and no one's ever in my family is an attorney or has gotten to getting even a bachelor's degree or an associate's, and I was the first one to do that. What I want to give like my daughter is more than what I was given. I want her to be able to grow up in a world where she could be like, yeah, I could be an attorney, I could be a doctor, I could be this, because there's people like this that look like me. How could I just be the father that I didn't have growing up in my life?
As a kid growing up, man, I had the same thing too, man. Like my mom wasn't coming to my baseball games. Like it sucked. I was like, what the fuck? Like my bad, like language, but I'll probably be authentic with you. Is like, where's my mom coming out when like I'm not stealing second base, but she's there when I'm stealing a Harry Potter movie, you know?
Yeah, you know, I can relate to what you're saying with the baseball game, because my goal was to be like a baseball player, football player, but I threw that away because, you know, I was like, oh, you know, like no one cares about me, you know? But what I want, like honestly, what I want is just a chance, you know? Just a chance to show people that, you know, like even though I'm in this lifestyle, it doesn't mean that I'm not capable of things, you know, like I'm tired of being thrown in the trash can, you know? Like I'm gonna pick myself up, you know?